Good morning, student. Today I will teach you the new chapter atoms and molecules. Atom is the smallest particle of an element and molecules is the smallest particle of a compound. John Dalton told about the atoms that is it is indivisible, but it is the drawback of the John Dalton postulate. Atom is divisible and every particle has its own property. Atom is made up of three fundamental particles: electron, proton and neutron. Electron is negatively charged, proton is positively charged and neutron has no charge. Electron has minus 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb charge. Proton has 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb charge and neutron has no charge. The discovery of electron is done by J.J. Thomson and discovery of proton is given by E. Goldstein and the discovery of neutron is given by James Chadwick. Now there is laws of chemical combination in your syllabus. Now the laws of chemical combination. One is law of conservation of mass, law of conservation of mass, and second is law of definite proportion. Definite proportion. Law of conservation of mass. During the chemical change, there is no detectable loss in the mass of the reactant and mass of the product, or mass neither created nor destroyed, or the total mass of the reactant is equal to the total mass of the product. So we will show in the equation. Now the equation: CaCO3 after heating, that gives CaO plus CO2. This is the reactant, this is the product. So the total mass of the reactant is equal to total mass of the product. Calcium atomic mass 40, carbon 12, oxygen 3 atoms, 3 into 16. Calcium atomic mass 40, oxygen 16 plus carbon 12 plus 2 into 16. 40 plus 12 plus 48, that is equal to 100 gram, and it 6 for 56, that is equal to 100 gram. So the mass of the reactant is equal to the mass of product. That fulfills the law of conservation of mass. Now the second equation, hydrogen and oxygen after combining that form the water. Now it is not the balance equation, we have to balance it. So 2 mole of hydrogen, now hydrogen 4 atom, 2 mole of water, 4 atom hydrogen, 4 atom hydrogen, 2 atom oxygen, 2 atom. Now it is balanced equation. 2 into 1 into 2 plus 2 into 16 is equal to 2 into 1 into 2 plus 16, that is 4 plus 32, 2 into 18, that is 36 gram, equal to 36 gram. So the mass of the reactant is equal to the mass of the product. Here it is reactant and it is product. The substance which take part in the chemical reaction, that is known as reactant, and after the reaction the new substance that is formed, it is called product. So in the law of conservation of mass, total mass of the reactant should be equal to the total mass of the product, and I can prove it by experiment. So what are the experimental proof? You have to take the conical flask and there is cork fit in it and a test tube is inverted in it. So first of all, you will take the weight of the conical flask and test tube, and after that you will take the barium chloride solution BaCl2 in the conical flask and sodium sulfate solution in test tube, and you will take the weight. Let's suppose the total weight of sodium sulfate, barium chloride, flask and test tube, that is equal to 100 gram. Let's suppose 100 gram. Now you have to tilt the test tube. जब टेढ़ा करेंगे तो ये सोडियम सल्फेट बेरियम क्लोराइड के साथ रिएक्शन करेगा and then it will form barium chloride plus sodium sulfate, that will form white PPT of barium sulfate and sodium chloride. This is called double displacement reaction, ions are exchanged. And after that, if you will take the weight after the reaction, when you will take the weight, then you will find that the weight of the reactant is 100 gram, and after taking the reaction that form the product BaSO4 and HCl, then also its weight will be 100 gram. So this experiment shows that the total mass of the reactant is equal to the total mass of the product. That is true. Now, law of constant proportion. Second law is law of constant proportion. Let's suppose when a compound is formed by combination of two or more substances, two or more elements combined chemically to form a compound. So in that compound, their ratio is fixed. It is constant. Let's suppose if you will take water in anywhere, from anywhere. Suppose you have taken water from ponds, you have taken water from anywhere. So 1 mole of water that always contain 2 atoms of hydrogen and 1 atom of oxygen, and its ratio will be 2:1 by volume everywhere, and by mass weight, that is 1:2 16, that is 2:16 and 1:8. Atomic mass of hydrogen is 1, 2 atom, 1 into 2 is to 16. So by mass 1 mole of water, that is equal to 1:8. It is fixed, it never be changed. So this is called law of constant proportion. Let's suppose another example. Carbon is bond in oxygen, that will form carbon dioxide. If calcium carbonate is heated, that will give CaO plus carbon dioxide. If CaCO3 is treated with HCl, that will give CaCl2 plus H2O plus CO2. In all the cases, we get the carbon dioxide, and this carbon dioxide we get from all the three equations. It is 12:32. Its ratio will be 3:8 by mass everywhere. So it cannot be changed. So carbon is formed by carbon and oxygen, 1 atom of carbon and 2 atom of oxygen, that is fixed, it never be changed. That is called law of constant proportion or law of definite proportion. In next class I will teach you another laws. Thank you.